Hey everybody, my name's Allison Holly and I am a channel and an ecstatic sexuality coach. And I'm offering 5 tips for ecstatic sex, so expanding into your ecstatic sexual being. And today is tip number 3, where I'm going to be talking about power dynamics. So diving into power dynamics, a lot of people think of this as, S&M or things like that. I want for just a moment to take all of those labels off the table so that you can really dive into this with a sense of adventure and a sense of presence. When we have preconceived ideas of what this means or what anything means, we tend to be less present. So take all of the labels off of the table for this and let yourself think of this as exploring polarities, exploring different ways of holding space and having space held for you, because that's really what these power dynamics can be about. So if you think of it in terms of, one dynamic being holding space for the other person or the other dynamic, which is fully dissolving and being vulnerable in that space, that's really what I'm talking about here. So power dynamics, the reason that this is so helpful is because it does create a space for vulnerability to exist. And in vulnerability, there's a huge amount of expansion that happens. So you can practice this. You don't just have to have a partner for these explorations. I would, in fact, recommend that you start doing this by yourself first. So if you're wanting to explore power dynamics, how this can look within yourself is start recognizing within yourself and maybe even create a container for this to occur where you are holding space for yourself and then you're also exploring. So start to examine, how do I hold space for myself for greater expansion and exploration? And once you really get clear on what that feels like within you, then you can start exploring it with other people. In fact, I recommend, even if you're in a partnership, try this gentle exercise within yourself first so that you really understand, how do I hold space? What does it feel like when I'm receiving the space that I hold for myself? And so power dynamics, you can think of it as one dynamic in charge and the other acquiescing to that charge, or being, in that space of vulnerability. So what I will say is, with high level of presence with yourself or with a partner, or both, hopefully, with a high level of presence, it's always going to be vulnerable for both partners. Even holding space is quite vulnerable. So I'm just giving you an introduction to what these power dynamics look like. But really explore this within yourself, and then you can start to play with a partner. If you love this and you want to learn more, I know I gave you a really brief rundown of what power dynamics can look like. I would love to help you learn even more in this regard. So I do have a course that's open for registration right now. It's called Ecstatic Playground. And I love that name because it very accurately describes, we are going to be playing in here. We're going to be discovering, and we're going to be doing so in a container that I'm holding space for you. So Ecstatic Playground, the registration on that closes October 2nd, 2020. So if you are watching this after that has closed, get in touch with me anyway. It will reopen, and I'd also love to offer coaching to you if that's what you're looking for. All right, so the registration link is in the description box below this video, and keep exploring. I will be back tomorrow with another ecstatic sexuality tip. Bye.